The retro hunting adventures are back with this Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening amiibo and these words courtesy of MegaRan.
Yo, this is MegaManFan, and you need to rock and or roll on over to Mr. MegaManFan's YouTube channel, because it's all that rush to make it happen. Peace!
So I started this week's hunt by going to Best Buy to see how the amiibo stocks were these days, and they have quite a few things. Squirtle, Dark Samus, lots of Dark Samus actually, more than I expected there would be. No shortage of everybody's favorite alternate version of Metroid. The Wedding Peach, the Wedding Mario, we've got an Incineroar, and we've got Chrom. This is more than I expected. The Shovel Knight 3-pack is here as well. Best Buy doing pretty good on the amiibos here. I thought a lot of these things would be out of print, unavailable, or sold out, but maybe it's because of the prices. I mean, they're not cheap. $34.99 for that 3-pack, sheesh. So, we're going to move on from Best Buy, and now we're getting to a Goodwill store in Blair, and 49-cent sale was advertised on the front, so I got a little excited about that. But unfortunately, what they meant was 49 cents on clothes, scarves, shoes, gloves, those kind of things. The prices for the electronics were nowhere near that. In fact, they wanted $3.99 for any video game. So I eventually found some, but first I walked all the way around this roundel and found nothing in there. They used to have CDs and DVDs in that one, but nope. Same for this one, full of hardcover novels and various fiction and nonfiction books. Some softcover ones here, but nothing game-wise. Got some kids' books, some activity books, some various things, and finally, in a big pile here at the end, all mixed and mashed up, we have DVDs and video games. You can see Ghost Recon 2 there at the end, and a bunch here in the middle. I'm going to start making a stack and see if any of these are worth getting. Keep in mind that as I started building this stack, I thought they were going to be 49 cents, but that turned out to not be the case. So, not so good at the Goodwill on these prices. A lot of those games, especially the Connect ones, I definitely wouldn't be paying $3.99 for. Sports titles, not necessarily paying that price either, although there was one exception to that, which I'll talk about in a little bit. Wii Fit, definitely not paying $4 for that. Marvel Superheroes I probably would have, but it wasn't complete. And now we have to scan the rest of the shelves to see if there's anything hidden away that I hadn't already spotted. Because you never know, sometimes with this randomness that Goodwill just threw everything into this bin, you never know what you might come across. I can't remember the last time I ever found something truly outrageously weird, like, say, for example, TurboGrafx games at Goodwill. I'm not saying that doesn't happen to people, I'm just saying it doesn't happen to me, or at least it hasn't in at least a decade. Nope, no hidden surprises here. Also, surprisingly, no CDs of any kind. However, half-price books was quite the jackpot. I got a whole stack of Nintendo Power issues. I'm surprised nobody grabbed this one with Kobe Bryant on the front. That's from before he switched to number 24. In decent condition, issue number 153. Out of all these Nintendo Powers, 2 were duplicates and 1 I already had. So I ended up with 11 new issues overall, which is quite the haul. I was very, very pleased with this. You don't normally get Nintendo Powers because usually either somebody beats me to them or they just don't come in very often compared to things like Newsweek and Rolling Stone and Guitar World. You know, the usual things you find in the magazine section at half-price books. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 for N64 and Game Boy Advance. That should pretty much date the age of this issue, but Let's look at the spine anyway. That's number 146, if it will focus. And it occurred to me, I ought to be looking inside these to see if the posters are in here. Hadn't been doing that with the first few. Couldn't find the page the poster would have been on until there, and it said Balrog, so I assumed that was a Street Fighter poster. But we move on to this beautiful issue with Nintendo Power Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. If this had been the only one I got, I still would have been happy. That cover is fantastic. The bind on it is not as good, but still, that's a beautiful cover for issue 144. Also pretty happy to see a Pokemon Stadium issue with Perfect Dark exposed at the top. It's obviously a little worn. This one had been read a lot, probably used a lot, but again, happy with it. This Magical Mirror starring Mickey Mouse issue is very good condition. This is an excellent one. I am super pleased with this one. And it is issue 159. Let's flip it open because I believe 159 has, yep, I'm right, and there it is. This is a double dip here because not only did I get a really great issue, I got one with a Super Mario Sunshine poster on the inside, still intact and in there. I'd be paying a premium for that if I bought that at a game store, but at Half Price Books, it only cost me $1. I was happy about that. Whoa! This was quite a day for Half Price Books. This was quite a haul of Nintendo Power. Every once in a while I get these, but it's completely random. I never know when I'm going to hit a jackpot and somebody is going to brought in a stack and they're all going to be there in the rack. This was a Spider-Man issue, number 156. And here's the Tarzan issue I picked up. That's actually a duplicate. I'll probably keep it for trade because it's not in as good a condition as the one I already have. Or maybe I'll just take the poster out of that one and actually put it up somewhere. So almost all of these had the poster in them. I, again, could not have been happier. Oh, and look at this one. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. That is a super nice cover. It's got a little bit of curling there in the lower right-hand corner, but nothing that can't be overcome. The bind is slightly rough, and somebody stacked it up weird, so the back page was curling, but I straightened that out, figuratively and literally. A Banjo-Tooie issue. This is another one that, if it was in a video game store, I'd be paying a premium for that, because everybody loves Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Yep, not super excited about that, but I was amused that the previous subscriber, this was their last issue. Now this one, I was just floored when I saw the Spider-Man issue with the Spider-Man wraparound cover. Been looking for that one for a little bit. That was pretty sweet. Win a Zora guitar. This is an awesome issue that I didn't previously have. Again, 11 of these were issues of Nintendo Power that I never had before. So, man, I can't wait to read all of these cover to cover. Look at all that stuff in there. Mega Man Extreme. You know that makes me happy as Mr. Mega Man fan. I am stoked about that. So here's the entire stack. I sorted them into chronological order. The Spider-Man issue in the middle there is 140, going all the way down. Obviously, there are some gaps, so whoever had these might have thrown away a few, or because their subscription lapsed, they might have missed a few issues, but am I complaining? No. That is just a super duper Nintendo Power haul. While I was there, I also picked up Rayman Raving Rabbids 2 for only $3. I figured, what the hell? The only other Rayman game I have on Wii is TV Party, so that one seemed like a reasonable price to pay for the game, and it is. Complete disc instructions, and the box itself is in nice shape. And from the Goodwill, I found 2 games that were worth paying $3.99 for. 007, Everything or Nothing. It's actually worth a little more than that, like $5-6, something like that. Complete inbox, so couldn't pass that up. As you will see here, There's the manual and the disc. I did get both of the discs resurfaced at Pop Culture. They were very gracious in letting me resurface them because they looked a little rough. I was surprised that MVP NCAA Baseball '07 was actually worth like $12, but I looked it up before I bought it to make sure, and this one turned out to be worth it. I'm Mr. Mega Man Fan. Thanks for watching.